Hello everyone. So we are gonna do exercise 4 today. So it's nothing but we are running a sample web-based database application via Java, EE, and Tomcat web server. So to run this, we need to have Java and Tomcat. So yeah, we are gonna go to the Eclipse. So we have certain codes which we have to execute, and to get the output, we are gonna execute it in the web server. So this Java servlet code appears to be part of web application that interacts with database to perform CRUD, that is create, read, update, and delete operations on the list of people. Let's break down the each section and explain the purpose. These are the import functions. These lines include import statements to bring and necessary classes for servlets, database connections, and other utilities. Uh, and these are the class definitions. It defines a class named control servlet that extends HTTP servlet to handle HTTP requests. Uh, and this is the code we use to initialize method, that is people DAO. Object is created to handle the interactions with database. So we have two methods over here, that is do post and do get. So yeah, these methods handle HTTP post and get request. In most cases, post request simply calls the corresponding get request. It's nothing but do get method. It starts by getting the action from the URL, that is servlet path. Based on the actions, it uses to switch case structure to determine which operation to perform. Operations include like listing people. We can add a new person, inserting a new person into the database, deleting a person, and also we can show form to edit an existing person, and also update the existing person's information. Each operation calls a corresponding method, and in some cases redirects the user to another page using request dispatcher or response dot send redirect. Then moving on, there is a list of people method. So this is the list of people method. So here it is nothing but it retrieves a list of people from the database using people DAO. So this is the people DAO code. I'm gonna explain it one by one. It sets the list of attributes and a request, forwards the request and response to the people list.jsp a page to display the list of people. So in the web server, it displays a list of people by using this code. Moving on, I'm gonna explain about the show new form. That is one of the method, and the other method is show edit form. Over here, these methods are simply forward the user into pages like insert people form.gsp or edit people form.gsp is used to display the forms for adding or editing a people. Then moving on, we just use this method, that is insert people, and like the one more method is update people. So there are three methods: insert, update, and delete people. So like these are nothing but these methods hand the corresponding CRUD operations. Like earlier I just told you, it we use CRUD to create, read, update, and delete. They retrieve data from the request parameters, like example name. I can also retrieve the address, status, and use the people a DAO to interact with the database. After performing the database operations, they may redirect the user to list people. It's nothing but we have a print statement. It asks the browser to call the list of actions automatically. So throughout the code, there are print statements used for debugging and logging purposes. These statements help developer track the flow of applications and diagnose issues. Therefore, the servlet acts as a controller for managing CRUD operations on a list of people stored in the database simply. So it receives HTTP requests, determines the request operations, interacts with the database via people DIO, and forwards to redirect user to appropriate pages. Now I'm gonna explain the code in people DIO. So yeah, let's move on over here. Uh, this is actually a Java case. It appears to be responsible for handling interactions with MySQL database related to people's information. Let's go through the code so everybody will understand it. So yeah, these are the we have certain import functions over here. So these are the import functions. So yeah, these are the import functions. These codes various if there are various import functions working with Servlet, JDBC, and handling HTTP requests for responses. And then this is a public class over here. So these are the classes. These maps this classes to URL pattern, meaning that like when a request is made to a URL pattern, the methods within this class will handle it. Like everything will be handled by these classes. And then yeah, like like over here, there are these lines over here. It's nothing but like this connect dot function method. The connect dot function method establishes the connection to MySQL database if it's not already connected. And like it loads the MySQL JDBC drivers and use it sets the database connection properties like URL, username, password, and it prints the connection information too. So we have done it like we have given the time zone, and we have connected the user, and also we have given the password also. So we have also given a key to retrieve that is true. So yeah, this is how it works. And we just print a statement as connect, so it just connects to the server, so it gets displayed in the console. So yeah, these codes over here, like this is a method which retrieves a list of people from database. It executes a SQL query to select all rows from the student table. It iterates through the result set also, like it creates a people objects, adds them into a list, and returns the list. Finally, it closes the result set statement and disconnects from the database. So yeah, this is how it works. And moving on these codes over here, like this disconnect thing, this is the major thing. This is one of the method which closes the database connection if it's open and not already closed. And the like insert people, delete people, and update people is used over here. So these are the codes like insert people, delete people, and yeah, update people. So these lines are basically like these are the methods, a similar pattern of interact with database, inserting, deleting, and updating or retrieving a people's information, like as I told you earlier in control servlet. So yeah, overall, like this class serves as a database access object, that is DAO, a full form of DAO, for managing interactions with MySQL database or like MySQL workbench containing information about people. It provides methods for CRUD. I already explained that. So it ensures that database connections are properly established and are properly closed. So yeah, so this is how the people DAO works. So moving on, I'm going to explain the people list also. This is actually like this is a JSP file, like you can just see over here in the extension. It's .jsp. So JSP is nothing but it's called Java Server Pages. So yeah, which is used for dynamically generating HTML content on web pages. It's commonly used in web applications. So let's go through the code over here. So these lines, like these lines are the HTML lines, which are necessary to derive the entanglement declarations for JSP. The import directive imports the list class, and the taglib declaration imports the Java Server Pages standard tag library. Like core, it is a core tag library which allows the code or the user to use the JSTL tags in JSP. And moving on, like these codes, like these are like the basic HTML codes. This define the HTML structure for the page, and it includes the document type declaration and sets the people, like people title, all those things. Excuse me. So yeah, these codes over here, this is the comment section in JSP, and it appears to be commented out code for preloading the list of people when the page loads. It also checks the request parameter, that is people list people is null, and if so, uh, it uses the people DAO. Like it uses the people DA to retrieve a list of people and stores it in attribute in the request. So then these are also a basic Java code, like where we use it to align. This section defines the page's main menu. It includes headers and two hyperlinks that leads to different actions, where it leads to adding new people and listing all people. And yeah, like these code. This is the final codes over here. This section contains an HTML table for displaying a list of people. It uses JSTL tag to like iterate through the list of people. So it retrieved from the server side. It dynamically generates table rows and columns to display people's information. So I'm gonna show it in the web how it looks. So we include like ID. So yeah, ID, name, addresses, status. We include all these as rows. So it also, there is a link where we can edit and delete people's information. So yeah, these are actually called as actions, so we can perform it on each person. I'm gonna show it how it looks. So yeah, overall, like this JSP file combines HTML and JSTL to create a web page. Basically, this is used to create a web page for managing people's information. So yeah, I'm gonna explain it in the while. Like I can just show the output and I'm gonna explain it thoroughly. So yeah, moving on. So over here you can just see we have edit option. So it just redirects to do this thing. So it's edit people form. So yeah, this is also a JSP file. So it is used to like edit the people's information. It allows user to update the name, address, status, fields of any person. Uh, so it's almost a similar code. So yeah, like these lines over here are the character encoding and importing the JSTL core tag library for the later use in JSP. They also define the HTML structure of the page and set the title. And yeah, we just spoke about this earlier also. So this is actually defines the simple page header, and there are two hyperlinks also in this as the same one. So the hyperlinks are adding new people, and another for listing all people. So these are the ones. So list all people, and this is for adding new people. So yeah, this is how it works. And you know these codes over here, these are nothing but this part contains a form for editing an existing person's information, and it also submits a post request to update action. A hidden input field is used to store that person's ID, which is essential for identifying the record to be updated. The value of this field is populated using JSTL from people ID. So yeah, this is how it actually works. And moving on, this like from here, it's like it's similar to the name field, and this section allows editing the people's name, address also. And there's the same thing again, like it helps to edit the address, and this one over here it helps to edit the status. So yeah, so this part, like this input type, submit, value, save, it's nothing but it submits a form from the data and update action for processing it. Sorry. So yeah, this is how it works. Like overall, this JSP file creates a form from editing the information of an existing person. It retrieves the person's detail from server side using JSTL. Pre-fills the form fields, allowing user to make changes and save them. So this is how the edit people form works. So moving on, like I'm gonna explain now. Uh, the insert people form also, this is actually a same thing, that's JSP file. So yeah, So yeah, these lines over here, the center is nothing but the section. That's the same thing, like header, and it has the two hyperlinks to add people, list all people, and yeah, like the next part is like this part over here. It is a part where it contains a form to add a new person's information, the form to submit the post request of insert action, and there is a condition that is C, which is equal to if. So over here, what happens? Yeah, this one. Yeah, this condition is nothing but it checks a people object exists or not, and this is used for editing existing people. Hence, an ID field is included in an hidden input, and these are the different forms. This part is used to edit the name of the person. This part is used to edit the address of the person. This part is used to edit or insert the status of the person. So yeah, this is the same thing, like almost similar to the edit people form.jsp code. So over here we just submit and it gets saved automatically. So yeah, I'm gonna explain the list.jsp file. This is the last one. So that's the same thing. Like JSP is nothing but Java server pages, so it's almost the same thing. So like the main thing over here is like there is a table border code. So this is the code. So yeah, this line starts an HTML table with an border and it sets its width as 70%. So we've given it as 70% of the available space, and it also aligns the table to the center of the page because we have given a code as align is equal to center. And so yeah, this part over here is like we give the table header as we just created two columns which is named after name and email, and this is one more code, like C colon for each is a loop. It iterates over the items and list people collections, like, and assigns each item to variable called user during each iteration. So this is how it works. And these are the inner line codes, like it's a loop over here. We create a new table or new row for each name and each address can be added, and these values are obtained from the users objects and the list people. So yeah, I'll show it and the show it to you on this thing on the web. So these are the basic commands, like slash html is just used to close the html document. So overall, like this jsp file particularly creates a user table with two columns, that is name and email, and it fills with the user data retrieved from the list people collection using jstl. So yeah, let's move ahead with like just executing the code. So we just have to right click over here. I think I've already done it, but yeah. So we just have to click on run on server. So yeah, then what we have to do is we just have to, this is the main like the web server where it redirects to. I just have to click on list people. So this is how the people get listed. So over here also I can just use this to add new people. So if I just click on add new people and I just give my name, and I give that's a new active. So we just save it. Yeah, a new table is gonna create, and I've just given active. I've just given the status as active. I also can edit or I can delete. I'll just show it to you once. I can just you know put this as, I'll just put the pin code. So I can just put it as senior. So I'll save it. So you can just see 48201 and senior has been added. I can also delete the action. So these are the both actions, as I earlier told you. These are the actions, that is edit and delete. So I can also delete this. So it got deleted. So yeah, this is how the code works. And thank you for watching. Thank you so much.